So welcome to Station 2, and just like the other stations, you'll notice that there's two things that the students will have. Once they pass their formative assessment, they will get a new map, menu, playlist, whatever you want to call it, for this station. They will also get a new journal, and it's a different color cover for the front, just so that I can look around the room and know who's on what DOK level in the room. Okay, so everything for DOK2 is housed right in this little journal. So if I look at DOK2, it's a little bit more rigorous than DOK1 activities. So at this particular table, I have several different hands-on activities that the students may need, such as the first part says determine the physical attributes of your rocks and minerals. So they are to take a bag of rocks, which I have right here, and they're labeled so that they know exactly what bag it goes back into. They are to go through and they are to determine if they're rocks, if they're minerals, and they are going to fill out their recording sheet. Then it says order your rocks and minerals from hardest to softest. So then they may either have to do a little bit of research, or they're going to have to do some looking and digging to figure out which is hardest, which is softest. So they are going to order those. And then it says describe the shape, size, color, and texture. So they're going to have to describe the physical attributes of each rock and mineral, and so forth until they finish. Then it says there's another hands-on activity where they have to deal with the different types of soil. So I know that's backwards, but it does say soil. And so what they would do is take the different soils, put it in the cups, and go through the observation protocol for that. And then they have a race strategy, which is also in their journal, where they have to write about the different types of soils. So as you kind of go through these activities, notice that it's asking them to do a little bit more in depth. There may not be a right and wrong answer. It's asking them to maybe compare and contrast. It's maybe asking them to do some research and complete a graphic organizer, those types of things. So it's a little bit more rigorous, but it's not quite the level of them having to justify what they're doing, which will happen in DOK3. But everything in this particular station is set up for DOK2 activities. There's also one over here where it says the rock profile. Students are going to have to complete a rock profile and place the rocks on the rock profile sheet and have it approved by the teacher before they can move on. Just like in DOK1, they have a formative assessment at the end of this that they must do independently and pass it before they can move on to the DOK3 level. Now, not every standard is a DOK3 or 4, and that's okay. You need to make sure that whatever level the standard is, that is the level that every student accomplishes or kind of goes through. If you can get many of your students above that to a DOK3, DOK4, that's great. DOK4 is a lot of your inquiry learning. You don't want to have to do that with every single thing you do, but allowing them to have those opportunities on some standards is very important as well. So again, if you have any questions, just ask.